Hey everybody, we are back. We are back here for Naked and Unashamed, and I'm excited again because we get to finish talking about how do we keep the romance going? How do we keep those fires going? Because watch this, it's easy to fall in love, but how do you stay in love? We're getting ready to tell you the secret, so don't go anywhere. You're in the right place at the right time for Naked and Unashamed.
We made it through the test. Strength and need, love and sex.
All right, we're back and we're here to talk about how to keep romance alive. And the thing that we discovered last week was doing new things together. Now, it sounds real simple, but it's real hard for some folk to do because we get in ruts.
Right.
We communicate for the sake of sharing information.
Or we say, oh, we don't have time to do something new.
Right. You don't have time not to take time, because what causes relationships to end is boredom and the lack of self-expansion.
Right.
You must keep growing. The day you stop growing is the day you die. I think some people die at age 25, but they're not buried to 75 because they stop expanding. They stop learning. We want you as couples to learn how to do new things together to keep the fire in your relationship. Nobody wants to be stuck in a boring, passionless, sexless marriage. You don't have to do that. If you're going, my thing is this, sweetheart. If we're going to stay married, we might as well have fun
Absolutely.
being married.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely have a ball hanging out with you. You're my travel partner. You're my gym partner. We do a lot of stuff together. So we talked about 5 things to stay together. We want to talk about 5 more things, and we're going to jump into it tonight. And so one of the things I think is necessary to stay healthy is working out together. And we've had some challenges around this. I'm going to be transparent. We've had some challenges about working out together because I go hard. I like to go hard in the gym. And when I was taking my wife with me, she was saying to me, you act like you trying to work me out like a man. Am I right?
This is true.
And so how do we fix the whole working out together thing to where it's better? How do we do that?
Well, when we go to the gym together, that we, like sometimes you'll go to a class, or when we do free weights, you have your routine of things that you're working on, and I have my routine that's tailored for me, and you have what's tailored for you. So that doesn't make me feel like I'm working out like a man, or that I am being your coach helping you train. So that's where the difference is.
For me as a man, it's about companionship.
Okay.
I love to see my wife at the gym getting it in. A couple of reasons. Number one, she look good. When she come in with her little 2-piece workout outfit, I'm like, all right now, that's my, hey, come on now. She looking good, in the gym. That's number one. Number two, my friend is with me. I've got companionship. We're trying to reach the same goal. We want to look good in our clothes. We want to be healthy. We want good cardiovascular strength. We want to go to the beach and be like, yeah, we 55 and 54 and we still look good. Would. I like working out with my wife. The other day I was working out. Y'all, I was working out. I saw her working out, and she was on the little machine. She was looking good. Her little back was arched out. Her little booty was sticking out. And I said, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to sit behind her. And so she didn't see me coming. She had her earphones on. I came up, and I straddled her on the bench, and I put my arms around this white man was looking at me. His eyes got real big, face turned red. And Rhonda turned around and kissed me. He's like, is that your wife? Then he asked you, what did he ask you after I walked away?
I thought you was going to hit him. I was like, I would never hit him.
Yeah, he was trying to see, was that his wife?
Right.
But no, there's something about working out together, and it makes me proud to be your husband. I'm excited that we're trying to stay healthy together. And the benefits of working out together is that we feel better. Don't you think it translates into the bedroom?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
The stamina, you know what I mean? I'm able to last longer because your erection as a man is directly related to how healthy your cardiovascular strength is, that blood flow to your erection. And for women, same thing. If women want to have better orgasms, if their blood is flowing better, then chances are you're going to experience better orgasms.
Oh, absolutely. And just helping with your core strength. Your core strength, which helps in different positions that you're trying.
Like what?
Like cowgirl, reverse
Ride it,
cowgirl.
girl.
You know, some of those things. It just helps so that you're not hurting.
Yippee yay. Yeah, I love that. Reverse cowgirl. All of that is necessary. It helps you to be strong. And flexibility.
Yes.
You're doing Pilates now. How is Pilates helping you?
Oh, I am loving Pilates. At first, I was like, oh, this is a white girl, a little exercise. No, 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 no. Because you are using your own body, your body weight, and it has helped, to help with breathing. I don't do well with, I'm breathing, but I hold my breath a lot. And so it's re-teaching me how to breathe when I'm supposed to breathe.
And we make compromises in everything that we do together. We make compromises because she may not like a certain thing that I like. And one of those is yoga. But we've made a compromise with yoga. If we do yoga where? Outside. So I'm asking you online for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, this is exclusive. This is we love you so much. I'm going to now take a risk and ask my wife to do something while you're watching. Baby, on May 30th, they have yoga under the stars at Lifetime on a Friday night, which is our date night. Would you go with me to do yoga under the stars on May 30th?
Absolutely.
Yay, thank you. See how easy that was? So we're going to do yoga. I do yoga every week by myself because she don't like to hear people breathing in the hot room that I do yoga in. But if we're outside, we're good.
We're good, yes.
All right. And so if some of y'all want to join us and you go to Lifetime, you're more than welcome to come and join us on date night to do yoga under the stars. So working out is another way to build romance and do new things together. Another one is cooking together.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Well, most meal prep is done by the wife in the home. But I love it when Stacy comes to be my sous chef in there, whether he's, helping to cut up vegetables or wash vegetables, not just cleaning the dishes afterwards. It's about us preparing, or even before we even get to the kitchen, deciding on what we're going to cook. We started doing some meal prep. And so that really helps us out of doing meal prep for some days. So that takes the whole onus off of me on what are we going to eat every night, for dinner, because we have to eat. So why not prepare things that you're going to eat and be healthy while doing it?
And it can be romantic, right? You can make romantic dinners, play some soft music in the kitchen while you're cooking, have some glasses of wine, have conversation around the dinner as you're cooking and preparing. It can be a very romantic time. And then, setting a dinner table, an atmosphere with candles and wine and music when you actually eat the meal together. It can be a whole thing.
Right.
And then oftentimes we take our dessert into the bedroom and we become each other's dessert. Let the church say amen. Yeah, there's something romantic about cooking together. And even we do our meal prep sometimes. Sometimes we, when we're trying to eat clean through the week, like we went grocery shopping the other day and we selected some protein and some vegetables and came home and prepared that and put it in the refrigerator so that we could eat healthy throughout the week. So that's something new that we started doing together. We talked about, too, creating a bucket list. What is that all about, a bucket list?
A bucket list is a list of places or things we want to experience together as a couple, whether that's domestically or internationally. We haven't really put together our timeline or our budget for some of these things, but we're starting to mark off a lot of things on our bucket list that we've created years ago. And so there are things that we probably wouldn't have thought about doing, but like, hey, let's go see Prince's his home, those things.
Oh, speaking of which, they have a home, the home that he filmed Purple Rain in.
Okay.
That home is now an Airbnb.
What?
And you can go actually stay in the home where they filmed Purple Rain, and they refurbish it to look like the movie. I'm going, y'all.
Okay.
I'm a huge Prince fan, and I would love to do that. Another thing we talked about that she wants to do, she wants to go to Stonehenge, where they got the statues that they can't explain how they were put there. They think that aliens put them
The
there.
rocks.
She wants to go look at some rocks. And
Because it's history. I am a big history buff. And so the number of times that we've been in England, we're going to Stonehenge. We're going to Stonehenge.
y'all, is anybody praying for me?
They can pray for you, but we're going to Stonehenge.
Well, here's something I want to do, and my wife has agreed to it. We're going to get a RV at some point, and we want to drive across the country. I think that's so sexy. Got a bed in the back, got your little table, and I would like to drive on different historical spots, maybe take Route 66 and stop along the way, see the Grand Canyon, see some other sites. And the only problem, though, is that I fall asleep driving in the daytime.
That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, are we going to have a driver?
Look, my wife said, if we're going to do that, you got to hire a driver.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a thought.
Right.
But we got to get one of those limo RVs with the partition, because I want the driver meddling while we making love driving down the highway. Anyway, but yeah, make your own bucket list. What are some things you as couples want to do before you leave this earth? What places do you want to go visit? What are some things you want to do? Make your own bucket list and write it down. Write the vision, make it plain, so that you can run with it.
And I think it's important that you're writing these things down, because just like when we were in college or in high school, when you take notes, you're more apt to do those things. You're more apt to remember those things. So when you get in a rut like, oh, where have we not vacationed, as opposed to always going to Miami or always going to Orlando. Hey, Florida is a great big state. Let's go to different cities in the state, or let's do something off of our bucket list.
And then there's places in your own state.
Absolutely.
Man, I've been seeing so many TikToks about great places in Gatlinburg or right outside Nashville, cabins, glamping, the Smoky Mountains. We mentioned hot springs earlier. So yeah, get together and come up with your own bucket list. Here's another thing I would say to you all. Try new sexual experiences. Your marriage does not have to be vanilla. And when I mean vanilla, it's like missionary position with the lights out. That's a nice position, but it's not the only. There's 69 positions. Last I checked, might be more than that. There's 69. 69 is one of my favorites.
And some variations.
There's some variations of all of these sexual positions, but it's not just about sexual positions. It's about exploring new experiences, like sensate focus, where you concentrate on pleasuring your spouse and discovering where their erogenous zones are, and really being aware of who's doing the receiving, who's doing the touching, creating an atmosphere for lovemaking. What kind of music are you playing?
Right.
What's the lighting situation? What's the temperature of the room? Making love in other rooms beside your bedroom. You've got this huge home. Why aren't you taking full advantage of your home, the garage, outside on the patio, balcony, wherever it is? New sexual experiences. What else would you say about, as a woman, how important is it for the man to incorporate new techniques, new experiences into the love making experience?
Well, as women, things that we may have liked 2 weeks ago,
Talk.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
we may not so desire that touch or that activity anymore. So as we're aging, some of the things our bodies used to be able to do, we're not able to do those anymore. So it's good that we're doing new things, finding new experiences, because it keeps everything fresh. And then when you're doing the sensate focus, or if you're doing pleasure mapping, then we learn different touch, different rhythms, different breathing techniques that help with that love making.
You know, as your body changes and you age, you may have to incorporate new postures. You may need new equipment.
Right.
There are big body pillows
Yes.
that allow you to angle yourself so that you're comfortable, you're not catching cramps. You know, how many of y'all can tell the truth that in your love-making experiences as you've gotten older, you've caught a cramp during, and you're like, if you're a man, you're trying to play it off like, okay, I'm gonna keep going, and your leg like, no, you ain't.
Well, that's not just for men. Women, I know I've caught a cramp before, and I'm hitting my leg or asking you to hit my leg, but at the same, you know what? But that's just life.
It's life, man.
You know, we're aging, but we're aging gracefully. So that's why we're working out. That's why we're eating. That's why we're drinking our water and minding our business, so that we can continue to enjoy each other.
You may not be as athletic and as flexible as you were when you were in college, but it doesn't mean that you cannot create new experiences. There's role playing. There is fantasy. There is different positions. Incorporate new experiences so that it doesn't get boring. What did we say in the first episode last week? We talked about try a new experience for 90 minutes a week. I would challenge you to try a new sexual position every week for 4 weeks. Don't do the same sexual position you've always done. Try a new one for 4 weeks every week for 90 minutes. See how that helps enhance your lovemaking.
So wait a minute. So let's back up. We're gonna try a new sexual position for 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, and sex is not. let's be real. The average sex act lasts for 7 minutes. Now, when I say sex for 90 minutes, I'm talking about the communication.
Okay, the whole thing.
I'm talking about the build-up.
Okay.
Setting the atmosphere.
Okay.
The afterglow.
The entire experience.
The entire experience. Now, the actual act of penetration normally lasts 7 to 10 minutes.
Okay, this is for another time.
No,
'Cause
go
I'm
ahead. Go ahead.
7 minutes, and it takes a woman 43 minutes to
20.
be
It takes y'all 20, don't it?
full arousal.
Okay. It takes y'all how long?
It's 43 minutes.
Really?
Based upon our last, because we've been saying 20 minutes.
Father, forgive me, I have sinned.
But that is not just the act itself. It's still part of the build-up. It's the foreplay, all that, to be totally arrested, because we have to take things off of our list. So that's why when you said 90, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So that 90 minutes is inclusive of getting the woman where she needs to be. So it's the sensate touch, it's the massaging, it's the warming up, all of that goes into it. So 90 minutes, try some new techniques. Try warming up the bath towels. You know, when your wife is taking a bath and she gets out of the bath, maybe you put her towel or her robe in the dryer. And when she gets out, like, here, baby, here's your robe. Come on in the bedroom. I got some hot oil, and I'm gonna put it all over your body. I'm gonna massage you. Try something new, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
we
agree.
agree?
I agree.
All right. The last thing is we talked about going on excursions. Now, we talked about going on trips, but we didn't say anything about excursions. And they're kind of the same, but they're different. And I want to tell you why. Because we've been on some nice trips, right? We've been to some nice resorts, but we didn't go anywhere. We just stayed by the pool, read books, and fell asleep, woke up, and repeat. But then one time, we went to Mexico, and the little guy came back. Would you like to go on the four-wheeler drive? Yeah. Would you like to go on the four-wheeler drive? And I was like, why not? Let's go on this four-wheel drive. Let's go see these natural cisterns, these swimming pool, these natural swimming areas. So we're on our four-wheeler, and we're riding. She's holding my waist. She's riding. She's got her shorts on. I'm like, this is sexy, you know. We're driving through the jungles of Cancun, and then we get to this cistern, and we have to climb up this hill, and like we're looking down into this pool, 4 stories up in the air, and the guide is like, okay, whoever wants to go swimming can jump in. I'm like, jump in? Uh-uh. And I look at my wife, and she's over here doing this. She's taking her earrings out. I'm like, what you doing? She's like, I'm going to jump in. I said, you can't swim.
I can swim. I can swim.
She can at that point, she could doggy paddle. She took swimming lessons later, but at that point, she could just doggy paddle. I'm like, wait a minute. Before I could say, wait a minute, this woman of mine has jumped in the pool, and everybody's like, yay! Splash. And I'm like, get her. She can't swim. And she's doggy paddling. And so now y'all know what time it is. I've got to jump. And I'm sitting there, my knees are weak, my stomach is churning, and I'm like, man up, man up. I'm having a conversation with myself. So I go to the edge, and I count to 3, and I go on and jump. I close my nose, and I hit that water. Pow! My shorts became thongs. My swim trunks went up my booty cheeks. I hit the water so hard, and I'm coming up, and I'm like, oh my, and the cistern was 200 feet deep. We didn't know until we jumped in.
I knew because I was listening.
Oh, you was listening?
I was listening because I had a plan.
I had blocked it out.
Yeah, because you had already made up your mind of what you weren't going to do, but I was listening to him because he said, ladies, if you have your earrings on, the water, the impact will blow them out. So that's why I was taking my earrings out because I didn't want to lose my earrings. But I had a plan, and it was exhilarating.
But it was fun. We laughed about it. So it's that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, that was
and
years.
it's still that impactful to me. But we've done classes at different resorts, couple classes. We've done excursions where we've, what's the Caribbean?
Yeah, the Caribbeans.
Zip line.
Zip line,
Yeah, we
yes.
did the zip line. We did 4-wheelers. We went swimming. We've been out on the yacht. We've been on the little water cycle. We've done jet skis.
Yes.
We've done jet skis. And the thing is, we tried to find something to do everywhere we go. I remember we went to Cuba in July, and we actually went to a festival where the guide took us through the streets of Cuba at night. And we felt so safe. We didn't speak a lick of Spanish, but the guide was proficient in Spanish, and he was taking us different places. I remember they had a whole roasted pig on the street with the apple in his mouth, and he's, and I'm like, ooh, I want some of that. And I got a sandwich. The man made my little sandwich right there. He had the salt. He sprinkled the salt on there. He took some vinegar, put it on the meat. He took some little crispy part off of the roast pig, put that on there, gave it to me. It was delectable. Then we walked down the street some more, and I said, there's another one. And y'all, it was delectable. But the next day, my stomach said, what in the world are you doing? And I paid the price, but it was so worth it because I had a new experience. So excursions.
Yes, definitely.
So why do we, go ahead.
I'm just saying, just don't go on vacation. When it's safe, go outside of the resort and experience, because we have a limited amount of time that we're going to be
Yes.
on this earth. And so we want to make sure that our days are full with not just everyday mundane things, but stuff that we love to do together.
I heard Drake say the other day, I was listening to him working out in the gym. He said, I'm not here for a long time, but a good time. Oh, yeah? We're not here for a long time, but a good time. Life is a vapor. It's short. And you want to make the most of it if you want to survive the divorce rate. We said at the first episode that 13% of marriages in the first year, the first marriages in the first time being married, 13% of those marriages fail. Then those who stay together for 20 years, 30% of those fail. What is the difference maker for those who stay married? They have new experiences. They do new things together. If you're going to stay together, men, listen to me. Don't be predictable. Keep doing the same thing y'all did to get her is the same thing you're going to have to do to keep her. You're going to have to woo her, romance her, surprise her, catch her off guard, do some of those spontaneous things you used to do, do some new experiences. Don't take her for granted. Find out what her love language is. Schedule some time to do something new. Surprise her. Say, baby, pack a bag. This weekend I'm taking you somewhere, and don't even tell her where you're going. You make all the plans. Tell her just pack her bags. We're going somewhere new. Do something new. Baby, look in the camera. Tell the women why it's important to keep doing new stuff.
And ladies, be open to new experiences. Don't get stuck on that hamster wheel of like knowing, well, I know what this is about. Open your mind and your heart to new experiences. Don't leave these experiences up to your husband to plan. You also find some things that you want to do that you think you guys would enjoy and plan trips. Tell him the same thing, babe. I plan for us to go away this weekend. Pack a bag or pack a bag for him and have it already in the car. I'm like, just get in the car. So make sure that you're open to new experiences and have fun. Have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this one little thing before we leave. One time my wife put on a pink wig, and
What happened to that wig?
I don't know. You gotta tell me that. And she put on a pink wig. She came in. She was role playing, and I was like, "Ooh!" I got excited. I was like, "I got a new girlfriend right here, and my wife is okay with it." And it was her. We did something new, and she brought that newness into the bedroom, and it continued to add to all of the wonderful experiences, collective experiences we've had since college. I've known this beautiful woman since she was a teenager, since 1988 when I first saw her in the lobby of Western Kentucky University. And we have continued on the journey of self-expansion, taking classes, traveling, trying new experiences, doing new things, planting gardens, taking classes, going on excursions. All of these things have caused us to expand. So watch this. She's not with the same Stacy she met in 1988. I'm not with the same Rhonda I met in 1988. She keeps reintroducing me to new parts of herself, and I want to stick around because the more she blossoms, the more intriguing she is to me. She is a mystery wrapped up in a conundrum, and I love it. I love it. I love it. She is my lotus blossom flower. The more I water her, the more I expose her to new experiences, the more she opens up. And the erotic journey that we have been on together, the spiritual journey we've been on together, has been simply amazing. And baby, I just want to thank you for being the best travel partner. I couldn't imagine doing life with anybody else besides you.
And I feel the same.
I love you. Listen, I hope that this podcast has helped y'all to get on one accord, to help you to get to a place where you're naked and without shame. And again, if you want to email us some topics you want us to talk about, some things you're struggling with in your relationship, we don't claim to have all the answers, but we'll do our level best to try to answer some of the inquiries that you have, some of the challenges you're having in your relationship. Baby, tell them how they can email us.
You can email us at Dr. Stacy and Rhonda Spencer at gmail.com. Again, that's Dr. Stacy and Rhonda Spencer at gmail.com.
We want to hear from our fans, our friends, our family. We're in this thing together. Y'all, we're going to stay married. That's what we're all on here because we want to stay married. We want to have fun. We want to be naked and without shame. Who says that Christian couples have to be boring in the bedroom? You don't. This thing, you can add some fire to this thing. It can be as hot as you want it to be. And watch this, and God is still pleased with it. We more than anything, we're on a quest to let you know that God wants you to have great sex. We're on a quest to let you know that sex is not a dirty word. We're on a quest to recover and restore the sanctity and the excitement that God meant for you to have as he did with the first human couple, Adam and Eve. The Bible says that he created them one flesh, man and woman. They became one. And the Bible says that they were naked and what?
Without shame.
Without shame. That's where we're trying to get to. And if you'd like to be a part of our inner circle, we have an inner circle where we mentor, where we coach you. We have master classes. We have quarterly meetups. We give you discount on our retreats. And if you want to be a part of our inner circle and take your love making to the next level, you go to theedencircle.com and register. And do us a favor. If this podcast was a blessing to you, I want you to share with your family and friends, leave a comment and subscribe and share. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. We said it all. Listen, we're going to be back next week with something else hot and informative to take your lovemaking to the next level. But in the meantime, in between time, 90 minutes. Take 90 minutes to do something new for 4 weeks and see if your love life doesn't go to a whole nother level. We love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.